Hello and welcome, I'm SimUK, and it is my goal to provide to you the most honest, fact-based critical reviews on YouTube. If you find this review helpful, then please hit that like button, subscribe, and help to support the channel by donating via the links below. Thank you so much, and enjoy the review. Most people can only manage one cock push-up. I can do two. I need about a 25-minute break in between, obviously, but two. Hello guys, welcome. If you have any idea what I'm talking about, then you're absolutely going to love this game. This is Rocking Legend. Previously named something else, I couldn't tell you what that was, but Rocking Legend is a VR game that's available on Steam right now, and it's a pretty good game, I've got to say. It's got one or two small little issues, but if you like to rock, then this is definitely the one for you. This game is currently in early access, which means it's going to get better. They are listening to the community and the feedback, and they are implementing it. There's a lot of evidence to suggest that this is the case, so I will be making absolutely sure that I can give or provide some decent feedback within this review today. So, very simply, Rocking Legend is about playing guitar. It's about rocking out and being a legend. Now, the biggest problem with games like this in VR, there's a few. The first problem is accuracy. How accurate is your hand based on where you're A, strumming, or B, playing a note? It's pretty tricky. But I've got to say, they've done a pretty good job here in the way that they've mechanicized. Mechanicized? Is that a word? I don't think that is a word, but I'm going to use it anyway, because we're in rock world. They have mechanicized the virtual reality guitar, and it works really well. It works with the Valve Index, the HTC Vive, the Oculus Rift, and Windows Mixed Reality. Unfortunately, it doesn't appear to be on Quest, but it works really well. You don't have to play it with touch controllers or the like. You can use a keyboard or even a gamepad to play it as well, but that's no fun. If you want to really enjoy this game, there's only one way to do it, and that's hardcore VR. And the fact that it's got finger tracking mode as well, I didn't try this out because, well, I just didn't try it out, but a lot of other people have, and they seem to be quite impressed with it. I think it could be really spectacular, this game. It's got so much potential, it's frightening, really. So it looks pretty good. One thing I'd like to see that's not here, if you remember Rock Legends or Rock Heroes, whatever it was that first came out on the Wii, that sort of had a story to it. You were sort of touring around and you'd unlock new songs to play as you progressed through the levels. I really enjoyed that whole thing, and it kept things interesting and exciting throughout. That doesn't really exist here, and it's a big shame. It does get kind of not boring so much as limited. You know, it's the same thing over and over. There's no sense of progression. Obviously, there are difficulty levels that you can choose between, and they do get incredibly difficult. But ultimately, it's just the same thing. You're playing the same songs, etc., etc. One of the other big issues with games like this is the actual music content that's available to you. Now, I won't be able to monetize this video, so at this point, I no longer care. So I might as well enjoy it. One of the best things they've done here, and it's so important for games like this, is they've put in the ability to upload your own songs and create your own tablet music effectively. Now this works pretty well. I have a consistent issue where, because you're rocking around and you're moving about, the strumming mechanism does seem to miss sometimes. Now I'm sure if I played it enough, I'd get really good at it, really accurate, but I still think that even the best players available on this game will eventually accidentally hit or miss a note or miss a strum just because of the way the game works. But there's a lot to this game that I can't cover in this review. For example, there are a few buttons available on the touch controller, and if you combine one or two or three of them together, you will get a different note coming out of the guitar. It's really very, very clever. like a guitar, this is not something, okay, this is a game that you can just pick up and play, and you can have a laugh and a giggle, and if you've got friends round, you can invite them over and you can have a laugh and a giggle, and if you've taken the time to upload maybe some of your favourite songs in the world and put some tablet music to them that you think is pretty good, then you can have an awful lot of fun with this game as it is right now. But if you want to get really good at this game, you're going to have to put in a lot of time and a lot of effort. This is very much skill based, and it's a skill that doesn't really exist, because obviously when you're playing Guitar Hero or whatever, there was a physical guitar, so you knew where your hands were, you knew where the strumming mechanism was. You don't have that in VR, so there's always going to be this, I was going to say, disparity between where you think the strumming mechanism is and where it actually is. And yeah, that's going to take time to perfect, I think. Now maybe you could put a real guitar on and sort of play over the top. I don't think that's going to work. But yes, it's a really, really, really good game. It's a lot of fun, and it's in early access. It's £20 or £19 or 49 pence at the moment, which is quite a lot to ask for an early access game. And at a price tag so high as that, they really are going to need to deliver. And one of the things they're really going to need to deliver is on the music. I know you can upload your own music, and that's fantastic, but then I'm creating the content for your game. They really need to have, I'd say, about 100 tracks. Maybe that's too many. But bearing in mind that these are not tracks that are well known. I believe they're owned by Rocking Legend. So, it doesn't have to be technically incredible. It just needs to be something you can rock along to and have a bit of a laugh with. I would like to see some songs in there with some actual singing in it, but that's not necessarily necessary, if that makes sense. Overall, this is a fun, really fun and enjoyable sort of party game, but I think it would be really good in the song editing suite, which from a very first sort of low level or high level look at it, it looks to be very advanced, very capable, technically capable. Far beyond my skill grade, especially at the moment. So there needs to be a tutorial to guide people through how to use that. What do all the drop downs do? What are all the options all about? I would love it if you could just hit a button and you had a system in the game that would kind of listen to the music and put a relatively decent sort of combo together. Nothing too advanced, maybe only decent enough for the very easy and maybe normal levels, and then you have to create the harder ones yourself. But I just think it's capable of doing so much more than it currently does. In terms of, it already is capable of doing that. I just don't know how to implement the pure brilliance that appears to be the music editor. It's too complicated. I don't understand. So I need an idiot's guide, basically. It's been a long time since I played guitar, so I'm definitely out of shape. It's pretty cool that they've already thought about having left-hand guitar and right-hand guitar. When I first picked up the game, I didn't see the guitars to my left, I only saw the guitars to my right. I spent about 10-15 minutes trying to get that left-hand guitar into my other hand until I suddenly realised, oh, there's another 3 guitars over that side. It would be cool maybe if we could edit the guitar style ourselves, something like that. But I really feel like a career would be something really spectacular for this game. And it doesn't need to be wholly advanced. You just want to, rock in a club, and the better you play, the more the club rocks. And, you want a couple of people to start with, and it builds up. And at the end, you want to be on like a stage at Wembley, playing to the masses. That's the kind of thing that I'd love to see in this game. But it definitely needs a little bit more TLC, a little bit more meat on the bone. For £20, I think a lot of people are going to pick it up and expect it to be polished and working and perfect. And I've said this so many times. If you're going to release a game in early access, you cannot charge full price for it. You cannot. It's rude. It's disgusting. I just think it's immoral. You shouldn't do it. You really shouldn't do it. At the very least, you need to knock 25% off this game just as an incentive and say, hey, look, guys, it's a little bit buggy in places. It's a little bit shy on content, but we're working on it. We're listening to your feedback. So, you know, for a little bit less money, join us now, help us develop the game and make it as good as it can possibly be. That's just my opinion. You're entitled to your own, but I think all the early access games... I tell you what, I feel like Steam should only allow early access games to go on their platform if they have a permanent 25% sale or more. It just seems a lot of companies will not do that unless they are forced to do that, which sounds appalling, and it is, but that's my opinion anyway. So, if you want to get your heavy rock on in VR, and this game is, I tell you what, this game is far more capable than I can even discuss in this review. I guess this is a highbrow review. It's not in-depth and detailed because it's very, very capable as a game. I just don't have the time or the patience to really get into it right now. This is just a review that I promised I'd make a couple of weeks back, and I jumped on it today. I probably spent half a day playing the game, really enjoyed it, and just wanted to share with you the review, give you the heads up and my thoughts on it as it is at the moment. Thank you so much for watching. Join me again for another one. Take care till next time. Goodbye.